Does that creature have a name? I asked. A soft light fell on the table in the reception room. A robot set down 2 steaming cups, one for me, one for Schultz. It is not an official name, he said. But we call it the Baku after a beast in ancient legends that fed on dreams. Ours feeds on memories instead. I spoke. I looked into Santiago, but found nothing about such a creature. Is it unknown to the public? And the images I saw earlier, were they projected by the Baku? Why did it show them to me? Few people encounter it. That is all, he said. He told me he had come across it by chance. During a deep dive he made for leisure, separate from the lab's research. Distant recordings had worked a few times. Close ones never did. They had tried to capture one and failed. A drugged specimen died. The autopsy revealed organs, but nothing of its core ability. It had to be alive to measure. That was the conclusion. One of my staff presented a brief report at a conference. Nothing conclusive. No one paid attention, he said. I am not a researcher, he added. Only a businessman. But I believe the Baku's abilities have users across many fields. Medical area. And your virtual systems. The images you saw were projected by the virtual side. The source was the Baku, likely fragments of your own memory. But memory extraction is already possible with computers. Medical use only, but still. I don't see why the creature is useful for virtual systems. Biologically, yes, it's a discovery, but, in theory, you can extract memory, he said, shaking his head. In practice, it is not simple. Structured knowledge works. Learned skills. Parts of self-recognition. But random memories, raw images, raw sensations are still difficult. I nodded. He explained the technical points. I understood half at best. In short, the Baku accessed the human brain like a wireless signal. We read part of that signal, converted it, and fed it into the virtual system. Then it's an intelligent life form, I asked. That would be a major discovery. In the wide universe, only a few non-human intelligences had ever been confirmed, and most were tracers. No, the brain is not large, he said, but we may lack the right knowledge. Small size does not mean low efficiency, and I find the network hypothesis most convincing. Several individuals may be processing in parallel, each one simple, the whole powerful. I asked what had bothered me most. If you're thinking of linking this with virtual systems, shouldn't you speak with a specialist or senior staff? You must have contacts. Why call someone like me a service worker? Schultz set down his cup and folded his hands. I said only a few can experience the Baku's virtual field. To be precise, only 3 people so far, myself, a retired staff member, and you. Only 3? Encounters are rare. When a ship or diver approaches, they flee. After long testing, we found a waveform that sometimes draws them in. Even then, they stay only briefly. And unless certain people are on board, they won't come close. You mean the people who can experience the virtual field? Yes, many others tried. They remembered nothing clear. Only that they felt something. A dream. A shift of air. Nothing more. Only that staff member had a distinct experience. The lab analyzed the features shared by Schultz and that staff member. A pattern of genetic variation, hormone levels, autonomic responses, metabolic indicators. A composite profile. We searched for someone who matched all conditions. None of the single traits are rare, but combined they are. There may be many suitable people in the world, but our research had to remain secret, and I fit the profile. How did you even know? He was silent for a moment. I've known Noah Simmons a long time, he said. A businessman on Planet 32. I had once visited his home to service his virtual room. When you visited, you submitted biometric data for security, Schultz said. There had been strict checks. But giving that data to someone else, was that not a violation? We are not monitoring you, and the data was anonymized. We also have limited access to certain public genetic databases. Legal access. From that, we learned that a 28-year-old woman of Asian ancestry, living in Planet City, matched our conditions. So the system here in Santiago identifies visitors and checks for a match. Also legal. But yes, I do have influence. I see. I can't say I'm comfortable with all of it. But then, what do you want from me? For now, only what you've already done. You saw the Baku. You experienced the virtual field. That alone confirms replication is possible. We also obtained the data we needed. Data meaning the content of what I experienced. A brief discomfort went through me. No. Only neural responses and the signals recorded inside the vessel. He asked me to stay longer and repeat the experiment a few more times, but I declined due to work. He nodded, disappointed. He thanked me for my cooperation and promised to order the latest system. That will please my supervisor, I thought. Before I left, he asked me not to speak of this to anyone outside my company. Reasonable enough under the confidentiality contract. Besides, I doubted I could explain it in a way anyone would believe.